Okay, I'm here with Marco Zanni, a member of the European Parliament from Italy. We just gave a very fascinating presentation about the new government and its policies. Marco, you took up three problems: economic, security, and immigration. And you said several times the EU must start looking at what the Chinese are doing, look at the Chinese model. What are you and your government doing to get this discussion going in the European Union and the European Parliament?
We will start to challenge the business as usual of the European Council, so one of the main institutions in the European Union where the member states, the government sit, in challenging the German and French view of having an agreement on several issues, especially migration, economic issues on Eurozone, between the two member states before the Council. So we will push the European Council to take more care of the needs of the Europeans and not just of two member states. And this is really true for one point that the last week the European Council discussed. So migration, we opposed it and we vetoed, the Italian government vetoed the German and French view of having hotspots for refugees on the territory of Italy. We have to act at the core of the problem that is not in Italy, is in the third countries, in countries from which migrants and refugees coming from. And as I said in my speech, the Italian government is looking at the Chinese model in fostering and supporting African growth. We wasted a lot of European and Italian taxpayers' money in trying to help, let's say, but it's ironic, clearly, those countries in creating the conditions for those peoples to growth and to stay there, but we failed. And sometimes, several times, the money that we spent in those programs fostered criminal and illegal activities. So the impact of the money that the European countries are using trying to solve the refugees problem is not only not giving a positive outcome for European, but it's also adding other problems to African people and African countries in their territories. What is doing the Chinese government is managing directly all the money that are invested and not sent to African countries in creating infrastructures, in supporting businesses, and in creating the condition in which African people can be empowered in doing business, in creating enterprises, and in creating jobs and growth.
Let me just ask you another quick question, because you brought up the importance of Glass-Steagall in Prime Minister Conte's speech. Is there legislation now in Italy? Is the government going to pursue a Glass-Steagall banking separation?
Yeah, in his first speech addressing for the first time after his nomination in front of the Italian Parliament, Prime Minister Conte committed the new government in pursuing banking separation in Italy. So I'm sure that this will be one of the first steps that the new Italian government will take in addressing the problem of our financial system. And my hope, as I said in my speech, is that the Italian government will bring this policy also at the European level, because I'm happy that we in Italy now are pursuing banking separation with this new government, but we need to bring this policy to the European Union level to protect our system, because we can be affected also by problems in financial system in other member states. So the first step will be to pursue banking separation in Italy, and then to bring this positive model at the European Union level.
And we need to get you in the United States to help us convince the U.S. Congress that it should be done in the United States also.
Hope to be there very soon to discuss this with my colleagues in the U.S. Congress.
Okay, well, thank you, Marco.
Thank you.